That looks so good over my phone. Am I gonna open this beer with a puppy on my lap? Challenge accepted.
Chug it. Don't waste it.
We're definitely showing this on the YouTube clip. Amber is roasting beer.
Alcohol abuse.
But it's a Coors Light, so it's okay.
It's just water.
I think your dog likes it.
Well, your dog.
Oh, great. That's not poison.
Welcome to Real Estate Update.
Did you know? Ooh, messy cheers.
Clash, clash.
Clash, clash.
All right, this is episode 14, Defining My Home.
I thought we were on like episode 27 by now.
To the windows.
To the doors.
Doors.
Oh,
We're not talking about walls.
okay, not yet.
Walls have to be straight. There you go. That's your PSA on walls.
Yes, and your corners should be square, unless they're not.
Unless it's a bullnose.
True that.
Ooh,
All right,
fancy. For another
fancy
day.
words.
Okay,
So
so
who are
We're
we?
Diamond Realty Associates. I'm Trace.
I'm Erin.
I'm Dawn.
I'm Amber, and this is Dwight. He's cute.
And we are actually recording a YouTube segment, so you'll get to see how crazy these
All of us
podcasts
are.
actually go.
What we're actually doing. All right, first time for everything.
Absolutely, we try everything.
What, did we say we're at Berkshire Hathaway HomeServices Premier Properties?
No, we didn't, but you ditched
Alright.
it, so good job.
Our disclaimer is done.
All right, I didn't update that. We're not talking about foundations. We're talking about windows and doors.
Windows and doors.
we're gonna
It's
talk
all about
about-
windows and doors.
Yep, we'll talk about buyers and brews, and then we're gonna go over Tasty Tuesday. We have a couple winners.
And we had a door and window dude here on Monday.
Completely educating us.
Terese. I always want to say Teresi because that's how my auto fill does it. Trace. And Dawn went to the thingy.
Lunch and learn.
Yes, the
Lunch
lunch and
and
learn. So Amber, it'll literally just be Amber and I asking questions because we don't know a lot about the subject.
Bring it on. We're so educated
Quiz
right now.
time.
We
Alright.
are.
So window, and we're not going to talk about like the shapes of windows or anything like that. We're talking about like the actual structure of windows, and what's involved with
What they're
that.
made out of.
Right.
Like we talked about, like you asked him wood. What's so great about wood? Well, wood is the most expensive, but it's probably got the most upkeep too.
But it has the best look.
It has the best look.
So we have wood, vinyl, and fiberglass with the three main materials for our windows, and so that'll be like what the window's encased in, and then
Yes.
the outside, like up against the siding. So what does it look like?
Right,
What's
the window is not fiberglass.
Yeah,
What's-
not the actual glass window, okay?
The case.
The
casing.
casing.
What's the most common that we see around here?
Vinyl.
Vinyl. Vinyl's the cheapest. It's easier to put in.
Yep.
Yeah. You can't paint vinyl though, so there's a lot of upkeep in that aspect. Where if you want to paint it, nothing sticks to vinyl. Fiberglass is more expensive, but it holds up longer. And whole fiberglass is that color you pick. So if you want white, if you want brown, through and through, like the fiberglass is made out of that color. But you can paint it too.
Yep.
You can't do it with vinyl, right? Is that right?
Yeah, because vinyl's white all the way through.
You know what I have is I have notes.
We do. We did.
Amber and I are
we
just
were
gonna sit here and
actually-
look pretty.
Cheers. We were paying attention.
No,
More so for myself because I do have to replace a couple windows in my house, and so I think I might have him come out and give us a quote of fiberglass windows.
and the
Just
only
straight
reason I asked so many questions is because my brother does windows, and he was giving me like a whole spiel about I don't know why they're doing wood. It's not as good as fiberglass, and he's going on about how fiberglass was cheaper, which is why I asked the guy because I don't believe anything my brother says. And
I hope he's listening.
He was kind of right. Okay, so we have fiberglass. What else is good about fiberglass and vinyl, Don?
Well, vinyl obviously is going to be less expensive. It's not going to be required to paint. It's not going to fade
Ooh, I
in
know.
sunlight.
Wow.
It does. Dang it! You just said it. Does not fade in sunlight. That was my answer.
What?
Go ahead.
It lasts up to 30 years.
Right. Absolutely.
Vinyl?
Vinyl.
Yes, that one.
Okay.
Vinyl. We have stuff on the screen behind you
I
in
have a
case you're wondering
question.
where we're looking.
I would presume that vinyl and fiberglass, or maybe one or the other, you guys tell me which one, but would be more resistant to like growth. Like
Microbial?
Expanding and contracting,
Yeah.
heat and
Yeah.
cold.
No, like
Moisture.
I hate to say
Microbial
the
growth.
M word.
Moist.
Well, technically, the windows
Moist.
aren't the reason that the windows aren't the problem for moisture buildup. It's actually the humidity of the house.
what is the perfect humidity point? Aaron, pop quiz.
33.
2%.
Dang it.
Under 40.
Yeah, we did.
Yes.
32% is the optimal humidity point for your house. So in our area, we have a lot of fluctuation, especially with winter and then our summers. It is very difficult for us to maintain that humidity. So in new builds and in the winter especially, we're going to see a lot of that buildup
Keeps trying to autofocus.
in the panes, like that condensation or that fogginess. That's coming from our humidity or broken seals in our panes.
So the best way to keep the humidity normal in your home is either a dehumidifier or an air exchanger, correct?
Stop breathing.
And stop breathing.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, stop breathing.
don't have children and pets.
Don't shower. Just quit showering.
Just don't live in your house.
Maybe you should have a
keeping
shower
your-
outside.
Keeping your windows open, like your shades open, is helpful, and just making sure you're wiping that down if you do have that condensation or that humidity, to keep, especially if it's wood, to keep those clean.
Mhm.
But the fiberglass is going to expand and contract a little bit better with the heat and cold. One thing he did tell us is, okay, let's say we have a wood frame, but then we double it up with aluminum on the outside or whatever. Anytime we have two different materials, they're not expanding, contracting at the same rate.
Mhm.
You should stop moving your hands. The thing is auto.
You're going.
Correct.
I'm
Auto.
gonna sit still now. You're going to have a seal breakage at some point.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how high quality with those two different materials contracting and expanding.
But
there's
really,
gonna be a breakage.
how bad is a breakage in a seal?
I mean,
It's gonna happen. That's the
It's
whole
gonna
thing. It's
happen.
not like the window is at fault or anything. It's just that they can't last
So
super long, and we have such different fluctuations in weather. Like Mother Nature is bipolar all the time.
So on average, did they give any ideas on what it costs to have a seal replaced, like to fix
to
that?
replace those windows. Okay, so he said the 2-pane is basically, well, I mean, I don't know, he didn't give us exact numbers, obviously. The 2-pane is the most common. It's that 3-pane that's going to prevent that seal breakage. You're going to not get, and then everybody thinks you get those 3 panes, you're going to get less noise. That's not actually true. There's more vibrations going on, science and stuff in there.
Science.
Lots of science.
Lots of
He gave us
science.
lots of science.
Yeah,
for
but
it.
those double panes, if you have two different thicknesses of those 2 panes in there, that's actually going to reduce the noise quite a bit more. Triple pane is what, like 5% more on average than getting the double pane.
Yep.
But you're going to prevent those seals. And with the seals, you're getting, you know, like that cool air, you're losing heat, that sort of thing, that exchange. But he was saying older houses actually have a lower humidity point because of those leaks.
Oh.
That cold air gets to exchange throughout the house.
Oh.
So as soon as you put those new windows in, suddenly you get that buildup and that condensation. And that's why a lot of people who have a brand new house after 3 years have to end up replacing their windows. Nothing's breathing, so they're getting that moisture buildup.
Is that where the dehumidifier
Yeah.
really comes in?
especially that
importance?
first year.
Yeah, and they tell you to run that dehumidifier year round in a brand new house.
Yeah.
Yeah, our house
So-
is 4 years old and we still run it.
Yeah.
And it's still pulling. We have to empty it almost every day with this summer.
Because
Yeah.
the wood is still drying, the drywall, everything is still drying inside that house.
Crazy.
It was interesting. And the other thing that's neat to know is obviously with the fiberglass, they can do some of the wood grain.
Oh,
So
yeah.
it does look like wood. It's not wood, but it can take on that look of wood. So.
Fiberglass has come so far as looking like wood. If you want that wood texture and look, you can do that with fiberglass. So he has, like, there are people who have like those old houses, you know, like they're classic. People want to keep it as true as possible. They're going to just do the wood and they're going to do that maintenance. That's just what it is. But if you don't have to go that route, if you can go fiberglass, you can still get that wood look without the maintenance, and you're going to have that longevity with it too.
And it looks like it's a little bit more expensive to do fiberglass, but
Yeah.
it lasts so much longer.
Yeah, about 15% more. So in the long run, you'd think it'd average out when you don't have to keep doing repairs or repainting or fixing or whatever, if you just stick with that kind of more fiberglass option, unless you're super dedicated to wood.
Do we know if fiberglass is more energy efficient too? Would
Yes.
it make up that way? Because your heating bills, especially in our area, and our cooling bills with the humidity and everything.
It does
Wood-
say better insulating frame for energy and noise.
But
control.
wood is actually really good as far as efficiency, because if you feel the wood,
Don't pee, Dwight.
if you feel the wood
Don't
like,
pee on the podcast.
on a cold day, you're not feeling that transfer of
Yeah.
heat or cold, if you think about it. So wood is actually very energy efficient.
And I grew up in a house with wood, and I know stuff's changed over the course of whatever, but I just remember the
Being
mold.
so,
There was mold on like all the window ledges, and maybe it was the house.
but you're right.
A lot of the ones I've toured that are that age with the wood.
Still.
And I think it's maintenance too, just on education. People feel like when they're in a new house or something like that, that people just don't think about the humidity.
Not keeping the humidity at a good level.
Right, and just like the up and down of our temperature, especially one day we can be super hot and then
70.
it can drop so quickly once the sun goes down. So we want our windows to keep up with that fluctuation too.
So how do listeners know if they have a window with a broken seal? What should they look for?
That fogginess. Yeah, that comes in between. That's
Because
the worst
what's in
thing.
between, Trace? What's the
Argon
gas?
gas.
Argon? Is it argon? I guess
Yeah.
when I
Well, that's
said
what you
it
said last night. I
I
don't
said it like I knew what I was talking about.
My dog is attacking the mirror.
And it's super cute.
And it's
What
windy.
is dog? What is dog, Dwight? What is dog?
He's
He's
like,
just
I don't
looking
know.
at me. He's trying to bite his own face off.
I've got a friend in the mirror.
Yes.
So if you have broken seals, like we said, it's not a thing you have to replace overnight, but it will help the. My dog is distracting me.
Efficiency.
It will help the efficiency over time. But if like you're purchasing a house, I would say maybe go for the shingles being replaced over like a house or a window that has a broken
but
seal.
that's a really good point too. Okay, so as far as doors, because we're having windows and doors are going to be the same material. Those are the same options. If you want a wood door, but you want that heaviness and that efficiency, you can go fiberglass and get that wood look. But do you know what the biggest return on investment is? If it were replacing the door or windows or kitchen or bathroom, what did you say the highest return on investment was?
92%.
Getting 92% getting that front door replaced.
Really?
That was the highest.
Because you think of how many times you go in and out and it doesn't seal all the way
And
correctly.
with the draft.
Yeah.
I'm
And the
noticing drafts with mine already.
Yeah. And he's also saying screen doors aren't as necessary with the quality of our doors, storm doors,
Oh.
as they've been in the past, because one, they were to help seal, but now our doors are so heavy and they're so high quality that we don't necessarily need that extra door to seal. I mean, holding the snow off is nice, but we used to have that storm door to like
Protect
keep
wind.
air or get an airflow or something like that, and we don't necessarily need that like we used to.
No.
So storm doors, he said, aren't really relevant as much as they. I mean,
And chances are in the winter it's going to get ripped off anyway with our winds. So we've had so many listings or people buying listings where the storm door has been damaged and it's had to be replaced.
Right. Or the hinges,
The hinges cracked because of the storm door.
because the wind is taking it off.
So just get a decent front door.
Yeah.
Prairie equals wind.
True.
non-stop wind.
Non-stop.
Yeah, nonstop.
But
But
yeah,
Don's just looking through the
I am.
brochure right now. What did you find, Don? Oh, what did he say the trend is right now? Were you
As
listening?
far as doors or windows?
She wasn't there. I forgot she came in late. Windows.
No, I was there.
Oh, you were late.
The trend?
I was waiting.
What is the trend, Trace?
The trend is wide, dark windows. Yeah,
Oh.
like in restaurants.
Yeah, he
Like-
did this lake home,
Yeah.
and they did amazing windows on it, and it's just
three-season porch.
it's beautiful. Oh, this one, and it looks like from the outside it looks very commercial,
Oh. This one here?
but it's really cool. And
We bring it in.
absolutely.
Bring it in.
But if you're at the lake and you think, oh, I need more different windows, or oh, I
It's like
need,
mirrored.
you know, like the windows on the Lake Kevin we sold last year were pretty. You could feel the wind, and I think with something like that, you're probably a higher
Especially
quality.
like a three-season porch
A
where you're going to be
three-season,
out there
yeah.
so much.
Why not spend the money on it?
Absolutely.
You're gonna get more enjoyment out of it.
Mhm. Yeah, so he's saying that darker look with the wider windows is something he's really seeing come out in this area.
How about for doors
Color.
for the front door?
People are painting them. In the fiberglass, you can order them in different colors, and then that was kind of a neat thing because you can decide you want to orange.
One of my sellers, their must-have in their build is a bright door, whether it's like bright blue or yellow or something to make it
Mhm.
pop. Yep, that's
Yellow-
like a must for
Yellow
her.
with like a blue siding looks really nice and pops.
Yeah.
Yep, or a gray. Gray with white trim. Oh,
Mhm.
so cute.
So that's something to keep in mind too. Just painting that front door, updating that first impression is
Yeah.
worth the investment.
That curb
It's your
appeal.
curb.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Curb
Because
appeal will sell a house.
That's what people are looking at when they go in. That sets the tone for when they walk into your home.
Yeah, I would say even just brightening that front door and then putting 2 flower beds right on by the stairs would
Yeah.
do a ton.
Yeah, just making it inviting.
and it's super cheap to do.
Absolutely.
Painting it or flower beds?
The flower beds.
Mine will die right away. Not good. Not good with plants.
I have a black thumb. Not even gonna lie.
High five.
I bought my flowers on clearance this year, so
Succulents.
Are they
they
alive?
die. They are still alive. I know.
I
It's
don't
only
want
been
to
a week.
jinx you.
It's only been a
week.
week.
Okay.
It's only
Nothing
Knuckles.
next. Just in case.
What are we knuckling?
Residual
They,
life.
I literally could have not watered them and they'd still be alive. Like, they haven't had a chance to die.
Mine died in less than a week.
So are we talking about just outside doors? Or are we talking about doors inside the house and what we're seeing? Hollow core,
Don't know anything about that.
solid versus hollow.
Well, what he was saying too is getting that thicker, heavier door for the front door isn't that much more expensive.
Right.
Um,
Because if you think about putting in something inexpensive right now, what are you losing every time you open that door? That it's not sealing right, that type of thing. So, investing in that front door.
that heavier door with the 4 hinges instead of 2, he said, or something.
Yeah.
along those
Well, and I
lines.
would think too, investing in a decent door for your garage if your garage is not insulated, because a lot of the cold air can come in that way too.
Absolutely. And even your door from your garage to your house.
To your
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I know just from showing a lot of like new build versus existing homes for the interior doors, the hollow versus the heavy doors, and how much that actually.
Oh, we haven't posted it.
Oh my god! Oh man,
Well, we'll go ahead and do it now. 'Cause
That's hilarious.
We got to keep you listening. Our winners, where were we?
Where?
Venue, so Porter Creek.
And everybody got it. Almost everybody got it.
Huge shout out.
Bethany Waters.
And Waylon.
Waylon
Those are 2
Zeman.
of my people. Thanks, guys.
And huge shout out to Porter Creek and Chris Poor. Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for 2 gift cards for $25. That was super generous.
And that was fun.
And it was a perfect
Super
day to be
fun.
on the
Oh, it was a
patio.
great patio.
Yeah.
Go out this weekend because it's going to be
Good food.
hot.
Yeah.
Good food.
It's
Yeah.
a good time to be out.
Okay, what were we talking about?
I was just saying that where you would be for buying a new house, if you're building, it costs a lot of money to get those solid heavy doors in. You would be surprised at what that adds up to. And then if you look at existing, it's just you notice it more, and that there's a lot of money in that.
Yeah.
So keep that
Absolutely.
in mind when you're looking at houses, hollow versus those solid doors. And
That's true.
And some of the hollow doors can stand the test of time as long as people take care of them.
yeah,
But
it's just what do you want?
it seems like you see more scratches on hollow
Amber's
than
like
you
looking
do.
longingly at
Love
them.
you,
So-
love you, Donna. Missed
Donna.
you.
She's got them new eyelashes on, yo.
You know what we need?
Anyway,
the
what?
Snapchat filter.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
needs to be a thing.
The pretty filter.
No, the big lips.
Oh yeah. Can't you just run this
Episode. Can you do 4 people with big lips?
Snapchat needs to make that for us.
Snapchat if you're listening.
Here you go.
Okay,
You
that was
heard it
Tasty
here first.
Tuesday.
So anyway, yeah. So about doors. I think that's kind
I think
yeah.
that's
We're
it.
good.
Yeah,
We're done.
we're fine.
We're
So of
done.
course
That's
we're
all we
gonna plug our buyers and brewers next Thursday.
August 16th,
Doors
right?
open at
6.
6 to 6:30.
Check our Facebook.
Discount
Social
hangout.
hour.
We will be grilling hot dogs and hamburgers. Our very own Andy Larson, our very favorite inspector, will be grilling in the parking lot because it's, well, hopefully it's still
supposed
this
to be